Hey there. So someone sent me this article this morning at Cointelegraph saying the IRS offers a $625,000 bounty to anyone who can break Monero and Lightning. And it's talking about a request that the IRS put out over here at beta.sam.gov. And this is the Pilot IRS cryptocurrency tracing. Rather. So Pilot IRS is an organization or a task force or some kind of thing within IRS saying, that's trying to, improve their technological capabilities. So if you go over to the actual PDF, it's interesting. So basically, this is IRS CI, which is the Criminal Investigation Unit. And like they say, it's the largest federal law enforcement agency in the Department of the Treasury. And it consists of, a bunch of people. So most tax things are not criminal. They are civil. So like, if the IRS decides you did something wrong, they will send you letters. They'll assess fines. They can garnish your bank accounts or levy your bank accounts, so they can garnish your wages and all those kinds of things. They can't throw you in jail, though, because it's not a criminal offense, unless it is one of the few criminal things. So like involved in criminal enterprises and, deliberate fraud and, all those kinds of things. So like, the cases where people go to jail as a result of taxes is very, very rare. But it does happen, and they are interested in tracking those down. So so in this request for proposals, basically they're saying, come to us by, today's the 11th, so by the 16th, so next week, come to us and give us proposals for working on ways to trace privacy coins like Monero and Lightning Network type transactions. So like it says here, the use of privacy coins is becoming more popular for general use and is also seeing an increase in use by illicit actors. For example, in April 2020, a RAS, ransomware as a service group called Sodinokibi, a former affiliate of Grand Crab RAS Group, stated that future ransom request payments will be in Monero, XMR, rather than Bitcoin, BTC, due to transaction privacy concerns. So yeah, the ransomware guys are concerned about privacy. So, and then it says, this is kind of interesting. Regarding layer 2 protocols, Lightning Labs has developed a monitoring app, LNDMON, which is probably Lightning Network Daemon, for the Bitcoin Lightning Network, and has released the code on GitHub with no current resources developed for LNs on other distributed ledgers, e.g. Litecoin blockchain, Raiden Network on the Ethereum blockchain, etc. So why they would do any of that or expect any of that is left unexplained. So Lightning is not so concerned about Ethereum. So IRSCI has the need to be able to investigate illicit activity on these networks. The number of nodes on the LN has grown to nearly 10,000 since the initial release in March 2018, close to the number of full nodes on the Bitcoin main chain, which I did not know. That's interesting. And so currently there are limited investigative resources for tracing transactions involving privacy cryptocurrency coins such as Monero, layer 2 network protocol transactions such as Lightning Labs, and other off-chain transactions that provide privacy to illicit actors. So basically they are asking for help from private sector, and they want people to come in and give them tools and technologies to do this. So the way they have this set out is that there's phase 1 and phase 2. So phase 1 is the proof of concept and initial working system, one or more of software development, data feeds, tools, and I'm talking about 500,000 over 8 months. And basically, a contractor would come in and start developing stuff. Phase 2 would be testing and pilot initial deployment. So one or more of software development, data feeds, tools. 128K over 120 days. And so, it's interesting. So one, these amounts are really low. So, if I were a software organization that had the tools to develop these kinds of things, 625,000 is probably not going to do it. So I'm kind of surprised at the numbers. You know, I guess we'll see what comes out of this. But yeah, so it's just a weird amount. Like if you're one guy coding, you know, on your own, then okay, you know, that's an interesting amount of money. But if you're a company or some kind of organization, then it's not a lot. So, you know, clearly this is a problem for the IRS, and they are asking for help. So it does indicate a couple things. One, that, you know, IRS, at least the criminal investigation side, is interested in cryptocurrency, and two, just as a general note, I guess, that, you know, the IRS is becoming more and more aware of crypto, and they are more and more concerned about it. Now, whether that's coming from the IRS internally or just overall from like the, you know, Secretary of Treasury on downward, that, you know, we don't know, but it is definitely on the radar. So, you know, we have the new question on the 1040 where it says, you know, have you been, you know, bought or sold or had any interest in any virtual currency? That everybody has to answer now, because, you know, there is no you know, real reporting mechanism. So because of the way the IRS decided to treat cryptocurrency as property rather than as currency, then it's led to all these weird machinations. So if you are um, you know, if you are trading on E-Trade, you know, or Ameritrade, or Charles Schwab or Robinhood or whatever, you are buying and selling stock, and those stock transactions are reported to the IRS, each single one. So if you trade a lot and you pull your transcripts for that year from the IRS, then it'll have, you know, 1099B, 1099B, 1099B. I remember back in 2003 or 2004, I was doing a lot of day trading, and I ended up pulling my transcript there, and it was like a stack of paper, you know, because of all the 1099Bs for each transaction. And but on cryptocurrency, that's not how it works. So if you trade on Coinbase, then it's 1099K rules rather than 1099B rules. And the difference is that 1099K is Coinbase saying that we have facilitated this amount of transfers through our platform on behalf of this account. And it's the same as if you were accepting credit cards for American Express or Bank of America, or anything like that. So it's that report is not telling the IRS that, you know, you made money or you lost money or you bought or sold anything. It's just saying the volume moved, and that only triggers if there's 200 transactions and $20,000 worth of volume over the course of the year, which, you know, most people are well under, but, you know, a few are well over. So you have to make sure that your you know, your tax reports on your Schedule B and your 8949s match up with all that. But because it is essentially self-reporting, obviously people have been underreporting as far as the IRS is concerned. So you know, this particular request for proposal is about criminal investigations, but you know, don't be surprised if that ends up, well, one, if it has actually developed, and two, if those are then turned to just everyday taxpayers that aren't involved in the criminal investigation aspect of things. So anyway, I found that interesting, and just wanted to share.